Good afternoon, guys. We have a lot to talk about. First of all, see the mic? I don't know if it's gonna help. It was $1 on Amazon and I thought it might help because I always hear the background noise in my videos. So, hope it helps. I'm gonna try really hard for my flip-flops not to be super loud in this video because we have a lot to talk about. Okay, so you know I retook step 1 and I passed it. So what happens now? I had a call with my advisor this morning to discuss timeline. Before, if I had done everything on time, my match date and graduation date would be 2019. So match would be March 2019 and graduation would be, I think, late April, early May of 2019. So now that I took so much time off between the end of IMF and retaking step 1, and now that I'm still waiting to start my elective rotation, what happens? So it turns out that even with all that time off, I still have the opportunity to match in 2019. But it would be very, very hard. Like, extremely hard. Like, I would have maybe 2 weeks to study for step 2 CK. And that is a strong maybe. The timing is still kind of tough for me to figure out. Maybe you guys have seen the video of the timeline that I tried to create for a student, or maybe you've tried to figure out a Ross timeline on your own. You've probably realized it's not the easiest thing to do. Some of you might be interested in this. So I start my core rotations September 18th. My elective rotation starts in August. We'll deal with that later. So from cores, I go to, I don't know if I remember the order exactly, but I think it's pediatrics, then family medicine, internal medicine, surgery, OB, then psych. I think that's right. So all of that, all of my core rotations go until middle of August, middle to late August of 2018. So according to Ross rules, I don't have to take step 2 until December 31st of the year prior to my match year. So if we're talking match 2019, then I don't have to take step 2 CK or CS before December 31st of 2018, according to Ross rules. But according to most programs, most residency programs around America, they want to see your scores on your residency application. If I wait until December, my scores will not get back in time for me to put them in the application because the application is due in September. So the goal is to take the exams and get the scores back before September, right? There's different estimations for when the scores come back, but approximately 3 months for step 2 CS and approximately 2 months for step 2 CK. So let's backtrack. I need the scores by September for the latest. I want to say by August for the latest, like late August for the latest, but whatever, let's use September. So backtrack, August, July, June. I would have to take, everybody in this neighborhood thinks I'm weird. I would have to take the exam in June for me to be able to get the results in time to put them in my application for September. Man, with all this wind, I really hope this mic is working. Some of you might be thinking, okay, just study harder and take the exam earlier. But I'm still a Ross student. According to Ross rules, I cannot register for the exam until I've passed 4 of my shelf exams. So shelf exams, if you don't know, are the exams that you take at the end of every core rotation. And I cannot take step 2 CS or CK until I've passed 5. So I can register after 4, but I can't take it until I've passed 5. Problem with that is that my 5th rotation, where I can take step 2 CS or CK, ends July 6th, I believe, or July 7th. Whatever the Friday is, it ends on that day. So that would be late for the deadline for getting the scores in time to put it on the residency application that's due in September. I know that was probably super complicated, but I think I explained it accurately and to the best of my ability. So for my explanation, you can see that it's quite a lot, you know, like, I don't even know if it's possible. The advisor said it's possible, but whenever I think of that timeline, it's not possible. I think it's possible to apply for the match, but not fulfilling the, not requirements, but what the programs would like to see. They definitely want to see your step 2 scores on the application. So I could definitely take step 2 and all that stuff and be able to submit my application, sure, but the scores might not get back in time, so it's kind of irrelevant. If not every, but if most programs say that they want to see the scores on the application, what's the point of submitting it without the scores? Just wanted to give you guys an update on the timeline because not passing an exam on the first try really messes with your plans. Already with Ross, timeline is always a little finicky because it's 3 semesters, not 2 semesters, and things can get a little crazy, but me taking time off for the retake, really screwed things up. To resolve this, I can easily just try to match for 2020 and move my graduation to 2020. That would literally resolve all issues, but then you have to ask the question of, do I want to take that year off because I would have to I'd have to get a job. I can't work as a physician because I won't have a license because I wouldn't have matched in 2019. I could try to find a job in some medical facility or something just to keep up with the medical world, or I could get a regular job. I mean, that's also a thing. It's not recommended. They want to see that you stay in the medical field, but I mean, if you can't find a job elsewhere, then you need to pay your loans. Once I take a full year off, loans are definitely going to be due. So I have to start repaying that in the year of 2019 into 2020. It's so much to think about. Like, there's so much. I'm gonna end the vlog here. I'll see you guys possibly tomorrow. I have so much more to tell you. I'm trying to just organize these videos so they're not just one gigantic lump of information. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Remember to like and subscribe, comment, and share.